Hey guys, how is everyone today? Here's my lemonade back here. I don't. It fucking looks like piss. I ain't gonna lie, but hey, I just got back from the mall and I went to a couple of boutiques, and I'm going to a little party tonight because my friend just graduated, and I actually technically graduate this semester, but then I also have another semester to walk. I'm gonna walk next semester, but I'm about to get ready for a party. That's why I'm like dressed up. I broke a nail. I had these nails in for 2 weeks. I ain't never had a problem with these nails. And then when I buy my MAC Cosmetics and I'm trying to open up the package, my nail snapped off and it's like embedded in the little case where I got my lipstick from. And I'm wearing the retro liquid color lip liquid. I love it. And I also got my lip liner as well. But look at this. This is abysmal. This is like fucking terrible. Anyway, wherever you are, I love you. Okay, I wanted to make this quick little video about the Keaton Jones situation. So this is fairly old. This is fairly out of the way, but I wanted to give my take on this situation. I've said a couple of things on my Twitter at Mariah_Kara, but I wanted to make a full video about this because I feel that this is an important topic to talk about. Last Saturday, there was this viral video of a boy, 11-year-old boy named Keaton Jones, sitting in a car talking to his mother about his experience at school. And he was crying, saying, kids bully me, kids called me ugly, they put ham and cheese down my pants, they poured milk on me, all these horrible stuff that no kid should endure. Kids aren't animals to be treated like that. I did not hear of that until way later on that night when I was on my personal page, my personal Twitter account, because I have 2 Twitter accounts, and somebody brought it up that the whole bullying video hurt my feelings, and I don't understand why kids are so mean, like people are really fucked up. And then he said, Keaton Jones, you have our sympathies. I got your back, man. So I wanted to see what this video was about. Like, I was like, a kid getting bullied? Like, what? And I wanted to, like, see the video to understand the context because, I don't play with bullying. I don't fuck with bullies. And I've been bullied all through my life from middle school to high school. No, from elementary to high school. So when I heard about this, I said, yeah, for sure. Like, I want to know what's happening to this kid to have all these people rallying behind him. And I'm thinking like, well, I want to be moved too. Like, I want to know, like, how is this kid getting bullied? And like, what can I do to help this kid? And then before I could even look at the video, somebody tweets, well, turns out Keaton Jones and his mother is racist. So I said, oh, Lord, like, what the fuck? They Trump supporters, aren't they? Lord. And then there are pictures of his mother holding up the Confederate flag. Keaton is in the video with his siblings and other family members, and then some famous wrestler or some type of fighting athlete, like some fighter man or whatever. I don't understand like boxing and those matches or wrestling. Like they're kind of one and the same to me. Like, it's fighting, okay? So a fighter was talking to his mother, Keaton Jones' mother, and saying, hey, I want to reach out to him. I want to take him to a match and, show him the ropes. I feel really bad for this kid. And, I want him to make some friends and, show that people are here for him. He said that the mother just wanted money. The mom said, I'm poor. I just need some money. So if you could help a family out, I would greatly appreciate it. Which, from the surface of things, I don't really see the big deal. Like, if you just want money and somebody says, how can I help you and your kid? Well, I need some money for Christmas, but the man basically said, you're exploiting your son for money and, I don't want any part of this. That was when the woman responded, I thought us whites stick together. And you would think, as outlandish as this sounds, it can't be real. No one's just going to outwardly say, I thought us whites stick together. But then we find out that her husband is in jail for being a white supremacist, okay? Basically being a whole ass American History X, okay? And so I'm thinking, yeah, like, they are racist. you're from Knoxville, Tennessee, where it's 98% white at the school that your son goes to, Horace Manor Junior High. So that was when people just lost their sympathies. You know, they said, fuck Keaton. And they started bullying the kid. They called the kid ugly. They were sending ableist memes of him saying that he looked like the guy from the Goonies, which I totally do not condone. Like I said, like I'm against bullying of all forms. And even if the kid is racist, you know, you calling somebody retarded or making fun of their features, it doesn't just affect a racist person. It affects kids who aren't racist, or it affects black kids, kids of color. So you don't do that. You know, I just wasn't here for that. I wasn't here for a lot of the things that people said about Keaton. I did say, however, you know, I don't care about a racist white boy getting bullied. When I got bullied in high school for the most pettiest reasons, people bullied me because I liked white boys and they had girlfriends and they would like try to, you know, call me out my name. And then they would say that I was ugly, that I looked like a monkey. They once put my face onto a monkey sophomore year, like when we were in summer school, we were about to be sophomores, they put my face onto a monkey. And I think I told this story before. And there was a black boy in my class who was on the football team. He would actually defend me from the kids bullying me. And he would basically imply, you know, you're the only black girl in class. And I don't think it's right that they just want to single you out. Like something ain't right. And at the time, I didn't really heed what he was saying because I was kind of one of those kids that would hang out with a bunch of white kids or try to hang out with white kids. And I didn't have a lot of black friends, if any at all. But he would always stick up for me. And then the day that he decides to not come to class, they want to put my face onto a monkey, and then they try to put it on Facebook. But one of the popular girls that I was friends with said, take this down. This is really mean. You don't do shit like that. And I endured so much hell. Kids called me retarded. Kids called me psycho. Kids called me crazy. Said a bunch of ableist things. I got picked on for looking different. I got picked on for being different, for being weird. You know, as I said before, I'm autistic. So like I have certain quirks and tics that, you know, people would consider abnormal or odd. So I understand where Keaton may be coming from if he is getting bullied. Others are saying that no, it was actually him bullying a bunch of black kids and calling them the N-word and they clapped back. I don't know how true that is. I think maybe they made it up because they wanted a reason to go after this kid, because we already know that the mom is racist. So it sounds plausible that he called a bunch of kids the N-word. I don't 100% believe that, simply because if he goes to a school with 98% white kids and he seems to live in a town where it's racist and very white supremacist and neo-Nazism and all of that, I'm not trying to defend the kid, but I'm saying, like, even if he were to call a bunch of kids the N-word, I mean, he goes to school, I'm pretty sure, like, people would agree with him. I don't think it would have been to the point where a bunch of kids would go after him and defend, like, the lone black kid, especially at a place like that. Maybe it happened. I don't know. That's just hearsay. I just want to say the whole thing is a mess. You know, people felt sorry for this kid enough that Rihanna was reaching out to him. Cardi B was reaching out to him. People were asking him to go to premieres. Even, you know, Zionist pageant beauty Gal Gadot reached out to him. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, that's terrible. But, like, what was it about that video that made y'all reach out to him? Because even if I did not know the context of Keaton and I just watched the video, like, had no idea who he was, I would have been like, that's sad. I feel sorry for the kid. But I wouldn't have felt bad enough to send him $60,000. Like, someone raised a GoFundMe account and managed to raise $60,000 in the name of Keaton Jones and his family because he was being bullied. Now, from what I am understanding, that had nothing to do with Keaton Jones. It was someone trying to get money. But even still, like, people willingly sent him $60,000 just because he was going through something that a lot of kids go through, and a lot of kids go through in worse settings. It's awful, man. Like, you know, people tell black kids all the time to get over bullying. You have two black girls that commit suicide because they were being bullied and they had videos of them on websites. You have a Hispanic girl that committed suicide, and those girls are no older than 10, 11, and 12. These are 12-year-old girls committing suicide. No 12-year-old girl should know how to kill themselves. No 10-year-old girl should take it upon themselves to take a rope and hang themselves. Like, when I was 10, I never fathomed suicide. Like, I remember watching Titanic for the first time time when I was 8. And that guy that shot himself in the head because he felt so bad that he was shooting a bunch of people trying to get into the lifeboats. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was just something that I could not wrap my mind why someone would just take a gun and just shoot themselves in the head. Like, a 10-year-old, I felt a type of way about that, but no one was really reaching out to them. People extended their condolences, but we're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be strong black girls or strong black boys, and we should be able to take white racism, or if someone is being aggressive towards us, we're strong enough that we can probably take them. I've been told by an English teacher, when I told him that I was afraid that these girls would physically attack me, he said, I don't know why, because I think you could take them. A white man, a white teacher telling a little black girl that she could take a bunch of tall ass white girls that want to fight her. It didn't make any sense. And then some people are saying, well, I don't know why you're holding Keaton accountable for something that his mom promotes, because if he's raised in that environment, don't you think that one day he's going to grow up to perpetuate the same views that his mother and father perpetuated? Of course. So I'm not saying you should attack kids. I'm not saying that, at least if they're under 18. If they're over 18, it's all free reign. But I'm not saying go attack a child. But what I am saying is no one has the obligation to help a racist family out. We really don't. But I'm not here for bullying, and I really think that this has sparked a great conversation about bullying and the types of bullying that we've endured as children. Like I said, I didn't feel good about myself. I felt ugly. Kids all the time, when they were upset with me, they would say, Karen, you ugly as shit, and they would write songs about me, have all types of anthems about me. And no matter how I dressed, no matter how I looked, they would talk about my hair. They didn't like that I wore pigtails because they thought that was childish. They didn't like that I wore Skechers. They would just pick everything. Every time I had a new outfit on, girls would talk about me in the 6th grade. And you can say that may have been jealousy. People would find anything to talk about you, but that really hurt me, and that really affected my self-esteem. And especially being a black girl and having browner skin, and a lot of the girls were white with straight hair, or if they were black, they had curly hair and they were half white and they were significantly not lighter than me. I didn't feel good about myself. And then I would go home and see a bunch of white girls on television being called pretty, having straight hair, blonde hair, and blue eyes. Being a little black girl with short, kinky hair and, brown skin, and acne and all of that, and, being taller and rather thicker than other girls, it just wasn't a good image for me. And, we hear things all the time about how people feel about black girls. We have the internet where people say, oh, I love white girls, I love mixed girls, I love foreign girls, aka brown Latina girls, but I don't like black girls. But if I date a non-black girl, she gotta have a big booty like a black girl, okay? She gotta have a black butt, she gotta have full lips, okay? She gotta act like a black girl. But I don't want to date black girls because black girls are ugly. We don't want to date these ugly monkey looking bitches with nappy hair and brown or dark skin. We don't want to date bitches with white noses or full lips, or big butts. We don't want to date no nappy headed, big booty, dark skinned girl or a brown skinned girl with raw features. That's what they were thinking. If I'm going to date a big booty girl, she better be pretty and pale skin. She better have thin nose and thin lips and Eurocentric features, and she can't have kinky hair. Her hair can't be too kinky. It has to be at least 3B or 3C. I don't want to date an ugly black bitch with a big butt. I want to date a pretty white girl, because black girls have nice bodies and nice booties and all of that, but they got ugly ass faces. And that's basically why I never took that whole big booty thing seriously, because what is the point of being told, you have a nice butt or you have a nice body, but people are constantly saying you look like a damn monkey? You know what I mean? And y'all girls be saying all the time, well, I got bullied for being skinny and they told me I have a pretty face, but I don't have a booty. Bitch, imagine being told that you're ugly. You don't understand the struggle of being called ugly. And people want to say that I'm just whining or complaining, but it's really real. You don't understand. When you're being called ugly from 5 to 19, that really fucks with your head. It really does. And then once I started hanging out with black kids, of course, they didn't think I was ugly. It was mostly like white kids or maybe some ignorant light skin or mixed person that probably said something. But like in general, like I've never really had a black person say you're ugly. It was usually like white kids that would say that. But still, like when you're being called ugly, even by your own people, that fucks with your head. And I understand when girls are darker skinned, it's horrible for them. I live in Louisville, and there are a lot of people who still feel that way. You know, there are a lot of mixed people, or there are a lot of black people who feel as if being fully black, having dark skin, having kinky hair is ugly. You know, there was one guy that, you know, I was considering talking to. Like I had, you know, a black guy that I was talking to, and, you know, I thought, okay, he's cute. So, like, you know, we were talking, and I decided to do a little background check on him. So I went on his Twitter page and typed in a few words next to his handle. And what came out was very disturbing. You know, I found out very disturbing beliefs he had about black women and black girls. He would say, I don't want to date a black girl. I would never date a black girl. You know, they got to be at least white or no half white or light skin. You know, he would say all types of horrible things about black girls. And of course, this was 2013, but actually there were posts from 2015. And he would occasionally say, well, I would consider a black girl. You know, I like black girls, but they have to be really cute. And, you know, I like light skinned girls, but I don't really like black girls. You know, he don't like Lupitas, he don't like Kelly Rowlands, or if he does like a Kelly Rowland, he'll try to say she's not that dark because she's cute enough for him. But I found very disturbing things about him, and there are white girls, you know, encouraging him, like, yeah, you know, you're attracted to us. And I'm going on their pictures, and a lot of these white girls weren't cute. They ain't got no lips. And it's not anti-white to say that, because there are plenty of white people with lips and all that. But like, you talking to a bunch of average looking white girls saying, yeah, I love white girls and I love thick white girls, but you be some no lip bitches with a big booty, and you know, y'all be saying racist shit about black girls with brown skin, and you be encouraging black guys to say horrible things about black girls, and then wonder why so many of us grow up to feel horrible about ourselves. But then y'all just tell us to get over it. But yeah, when it comes to a little white boy like Keaton, or a white girl that says, oh, somebody called me ugly, it's like, oh, you poor baby, let's, you know, extend our graces to you. And it just doesn't make any sense. You know, if you're going to tell people to get over it because people get bullied for, you know, the most asinine reasons, fine, but have that standard for everyone. You know, people always tell me, oh, well, somebody called you dark brown, or somebody told you to bleach your skin. Oh, well, you know, like, get the fuck over it. You know you're not ugly, and blah, blah, blah. But then these same people want to bring up the time that they got called light bright when they were 5 years old, or when they were 8 years old, or when they were called African booty scratcher at age 6. You know, like, they don't want to get over that, but I'm supposed to get over something that was just said to me like 5 minutes ago. Does that make any sense? No. But what I realize is that people are just really mean. People are cruel. People will say anything to put you down. People will really talk about you to make themselves feel better. Like I said, with black girls, we go through so much. We get bullied, we get called ugly, and we have white girls cyberbullying us and sicking black men on us because they know, like, the power play with being a black woman and a black man. And they do similar stuff to how white women used to do to black women back in the day, when they would sick white men on us and have them, you know, do horrible things to us if they felt wronged. You know, if you ever seen The Color Purple, or if you ever read The Help, where I think what was her character, one of the black maids was describing how white women get back at black women, and they would oftentimes use white men to attack black women. But now they basically use our own men because they get a kick out of no one being on our side. You know, they may not even be attracted to black men, but as long as they know that black men aren't attracted to us and they are attracted to them, it makes them feel a lot better. And some people are just sadistic. Some people really are. Some people get a kick out of torturing others and making them feel like shit and making them feel ugly. Skinny people do that to fat people. White people do that to black people. Light-skinned people do that to dark-skinned people. And sometimes it may be vice versa. Yes, bullying goes both ways. You know, people get bullied for being skinny. People get bullied for being light or mixed. I understand that and I empathize. But you need to understand, like, a lot of us get called nigger. You know, and people were so quick to believe that this Keaton kid was getting bullied. But now people are saying that, no, he called a kid the N-word. Now people want to see sources. And that don't sound right. The only reason why I don't particularly believe it myself is because, you know, a lot of us weren't willing to buy that Keaton himself was racist. We were just saying, the mom is racist and we don't want to help her out, but we still want to support the kid, if he's getting bullied. So I think somebody just made up that he's getting bullied, so we won't have a reason to help him at all. That's the only reason why I believe it, in my opinion. But y'all don't want to believe that kids get bullied because they have dark skin, or because they are black, or because they have kinky hair. But y'all want to believe that light skinned kids get bullied for being light, or that mixed kids get bullied for being mixed, or white kids get bullied for being white. Y'all want to believe that, non-black kids go through a lot, but black kids, we're so strong, we can just take the pain. And that's not right at all. It really is not right. You need to stand up for bullying of all forms, and not just somebody that looks good to you or fits your ideal of a victim. You don't do that. You don't pick someone that looks like a victim. You pick someone that is a victim. I don't know, y'all. I just went on this rant. It's going on 20 minutes now. Oh, fuck. I'm sitting on this chair. But yeah, I think I went on this little tangent on black girls, but I have so many feelings about this, because bullying, of course, is wrong. You don't say things about a kid's looks, or you don't make ableist memes about them. Like, you don't do that. Like, I think that's disgusting. And people like that, to me, are immature, and they don't know how to have good dialect about bullying. I personally don't think that this is a separate issue. Someone said that, racism and bullying are separate issues. It's really not. It can go hand in hand. I just think that, the whole Keaton situation is very unfortunate, but that's why you have to do background checks. You have to make sure that the person that's saying something is legit. People talk about how when we go to job interviews, they look up our information on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or Tumblr. Well, that's pretty much what people do to others in real life. When we're talking to someone, or when someone is talking to us, we go on their Twitter and we search certain keywords like Black Lives Matter to see how they feel about an issue, or dark-skinned girls, or mixed people, or light-skinned people, or white people, and see how they feel about certain people and what their views are, and if they fall under Eurocentric beauty beliefs or not. It happens. But I think that's all I have to say for now. I had more to say, but I may go into more detail about it later. All right. Have a nice day.